When I was studying over my PhD, I was studying a relationship between two genes, and one of the genes is the filamentous flower, which is a gene that Okada sensei's group is interested in. So I knew that piece of work, of course, and based on their findings, they also have some sort of suggestions. And on some point, I've learned about the JSPS fellowships, and contacted Professor Okada, and we discussed about the project, about what could be done further. And Okada sensei just moved, or was over that time moving here from Kyoto University. So he was, I guess, open for those sort of discussions, and that's how it really came about. What we're studying in the lab is the development of plants, and especially we're interested in how leaves are being formed. So as you go out in your garden, you can see that the leaf have clearly two sides. There's a side which is facing sun, and there's a side which is not facing sun, and they are different. They have different roles for plants, and we're interested in what genes are, how genes are controlling, or what genes are involved in this formation of such organ. So we're studying a role of we selected group of genes, and we're looking how they contribute to formation of a leaf as an organ with its differences. Kind of fell in love with the country. I think it's really nice, you know. Think of it like, you know, previously I spent 4 years in a different country, and I think this 1 year here made more memories and greater impact on me, and so I think it was such a nice experience. First of all, it's because I mean, it's so much different in a culture-wise. So just living here is like every day could bring something new, and I don't know. It was just about things that normally in your life in Europe you don't really encounter, and here where people do certain things in a different way, and so you learn a lot of their traditions and their culture, and I don't know, I really liked that. I think those are like little things that you have to really come here, and I think it's a sort of a personal matter. So you come over and then you see for yourself, but it's definitely worth. I mean, all of the friends that either just came here for traveling, or some other people, some other foreign researchers that I've met here, they have their own things, you know. So there are things that I was pretty keen on, like, you know, I mean, cuisine, Japanese cuisine is amazing, you know, it's sort of a healthy kind of lifestyle. And while other people really like the sort of a precision, or a sort of like a living with a nice plan and everything would be scheduled, which maybe wasn't really my thing, but there were little things, you know. I mean, definitely the way somehow at the beginning it was a bit weird with just seeing people how they behave in a very kind of like a drone back, I don't know, in English way, like sort of keeping a distance. But later on you sort of learn to appreciate that, and it's kind of fine, and also the level of politeness, how people are actually polite to each other, while I think in Europe sometimes we don't really care that much, or this politeness would be a bit of superficial, while here you feel it's more genuine. Definitely one of those difficult things, but it's easy to overcome at the end. It's a sort of a barrier language. I never really spent much learning Japanese. Of course, once you come over here, there are resources or there are possibilities. So I have some friends that they really push their language or their Japanese. I mean, I've never done that really, and I think it might have been a bit of a mistake. Winters here are really good, and the quality of snow is amazing. And once I've arrived, I was absolutely stoked about that. And even though the past winter wasn't, according to locals, wasn't that exciting, so as it comes to the amounts of snow or its quality, still for me was clearly insane. The most memorable trip for me was Hokkaido. So that was clearly one of the best ever trips, like a skiing or a snowboarding trips I had in my life. So seafood, definitely seafood. Of course, some of the sashimi, like a blowfish, is really amazing. So things that, I mean, personally, I never really appreciated that much, and once I came here, it's amazing. Such a variety of flavors, tastes, textures. It's pretty cool, and pretty much the fried fishes as well. I mean, all the seafood and other things like ramen. I think over the time I also started appreciating ramen, which at the beginning I thought of just like a sort of soup with noodles. But once you're here and you taste many different types of those, you get to like them more and more. There's one salad dressing which is amazing, a sesame one, which is absolutely lovely. Yeah, there were a few things that were odd. Some seafood, yeah, like some seashells that I didn't particularly like, but yeah, there were some kind of odd things, really, but yeah. But this is a part of experience, you know, you go out with your friends and they just give you something, and the funny thing usually was like, as long as I didn't really know what it was, I was fine, and I just ate it, and I would, at the end I would say like, oh, maybe it wasn't really, I didn't like it that much, but if someone sometimes would tell me, oh, you have to try this, it's that, then from the beginning I would say like, no, thank you, I'll just pass on on that. Open up your mind, really, and just, you know, I think the worst what you could do is just to come here with a sort of a mindset up that you're going to do this and that and that. I think just try to be open and just take things as they come, and then you just, I don't know, you see if you like them or not, or I definitely think you will like them. Science-wise, it's definitely an exciting place. So there's a variety of research. So for me, as a plant scientist, the teams here were really good. So there were people working on the different aspects of plant biology. So that was something to you know, you could learn different things. While there are also other, so NIBB is not only a plant science institute, but it also hosts scientists working on different model organisms. So there's a bit of a crosstalk between different fields, and secondly, the resources here are amazing. So and it's really nice you can use them, and you can use the resources that are other labs. But if you just, you know, you can find the agreement between the groups, then people are usually happy to help you out and supply what they have, and people are helpful. So that's definitely fine. There's also, I think people really are genuinely very interested, and they really want to. They appreciate their work a lot, and they want to keep on going. So they're very open for discussions and stuff like this. So that's something definitely which is a very nice environment as it comes to running a research. So that's definitely a good thing.